I'm just documenting what's going on. It's 10:30 at night, and they're starting a load of laundry. It's literally completely past due. I need to sleep. Now I'm not gonna be able to sleep because they're gonna do their laundry at 10:30 at night. For the last 6 days straight, I think it's been laundry every day. No notice. I'm just documenting it, by the way. When I get out of the situations, like, I can't say anything more. So this is what I got to deal with tonight at 10:30 at night. They're starting a load of laundry. So as much as I want to go to sleep, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep right now. I can't choose when I want to go to sleep. They had all day to do it. They decided to do it at 10:30 at night. This is on purpose. This is like, it's a harassment campaign. And it's entirely illegal. And I found out what protections I have in this situation. And I haven't used any of my rights at all. I had legal protections in this situation. This whole time I didn't know. Just hitting out. I need to get out of this situation badly. So bad. You know how many times I'd probably miss work because of being kept up at night because they want to do the laundry at 12 o'clock at night. Even if my body was capable of doing it, which it's not, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to make it. It's absolute insanity here. What I found out is that because I'm not able to pay rent, and that this was a permission granted by the homeowner, that all of this stuff, it was not allowed. And if I were to be evicted, because I'm not paying rent, the eviction wouldn't stand as an eviction. It would just stand as a leave order, and that's it. So I'm also protected in that. She keeps threatening eviction, trying to get under my skin and everything. And I found out that it holds no water. Even if she did evict me, it's a different situation than somebody who's signed. No, they don't do my laundry. I do my own laundry. I haven't had my own laundry done since I was like, by somebody else since I was like 5. Probably about 7. Whenever I like met my dad, he taught me how to do laundry. My dad was I was separated from my dad by my grandparents, my dad and my mom. Both of them didn't get to see me. My dad was living in the same house. Like that's where my dad kind of gets credit, is he still raised me and stuff. But I have to kind of keep quiet and wait until he leaves. That's not my dad. That's just a random fucking guy that my mother's relying on for drugs. Yeah. So, yeah. I gotta talk to my buddy after the situation, but this is what I'm up against. I can't even choose when I want to go to sleep, man. This is ridiculous. Oh, I gotta tell him this. Only okay. So let's see. What I'm doing right now is I'm waiting for the washer to turn on. And the reason why the washer isn't turned on is because they don't understand how the washer works. You gotta leave the thing unplugged for like 30 seconds to 60 seconds and then plug it back in. That's not so hard, is it? He's in there playing with the electrical box. I'm glad I don't have my bike charged. If I had my bike plugged in, he'd be turning that on and off, and it'd be wrecking my battery. It's just this. I have to get out of this house. I have to get away from these people. It's just hell. It's because they're hellish people. At this point, it's not because I just want to keep my distance from people. It's that I'm dealing with actual like demon possessed people. There's a lot of stuff I've stayed quiet about, and a lot of stuff that I've actually talked about on my stream so far, but it's like hard to really see it because it's like I don't talk about it very often. But the reason why I keep harping on documenting something is because this whole situation has been abusive. Every part of it. right now they're trying to turn the washer on to have the washer going at 12 o'clock at night so I can't sleep. As if it was something on purpose. Like, they've been home for the last 4 hours. They couldn't do it at, a different time of the day. They're just not responsible adults, but they want to talk shit about me behind my back, tell me that I'm lazy, even though I can't even stand up without extreme pain. Like right now, I'm just like, I want to go lay down, but when I go to lay down to relax, I'm going to have to listen to a washer. So I don't get to decide when I go to sleep. I don't get to decide, having a job with a schedule. I'm not allowed to schedule. And that's been completely illegal the whole time. This has been harassment. I can file charges after all of this. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but basically, this was a harassment campaign. I've documented everything, and if they bother me after I'm gone, I have legal protections. It's interesting that she would bring up eviction so many times and try to scare me or something. And I didn't know that it was just she has to still file the paperwork and give a written notice through the court, but it's not an eviction if I were to be removed from the home. What she's been trying to do is trying to antagonize me and make me do something bad so that she can just call the cops and say, he's terrible, remove him now, stuff like that. That's what she's trying to do. She's been trying to do this for years. It got to the point where she pointed a knife at me and thought that I was going to do something back. Like, that's insane, right? They don't see how or care how they affect others. It's even deeper than that. They're evil. They're evil possessed. It's worse than you would think. But in this situation, I can't even talk to my friend right now. I gotta make sure that this is documented in case there's any confrontation too. I gotta have any confrontations on camera. And if it's public, if it's live, then it shows the real time that it was recorded and everything. Nobody can refute it. Like right now, when I want to go lay down in my bed and sleep, there's a man in there doing his laundry. That's not an emergency. That's what it says in the law is that you can do that if it's an emergency. You can walk into somebody's room if they're part of that, part of the house that you need to get to. This isn't an emergency. No, this is to do his laundry. No, she's my real mother. She didn't raise me. What she does, there's a whole thing. I can get into it at a later date, but I can't talk too much about it. Because probably eavesdropping on me too. Because they look into the windows, they sit there next to the door and like listen to me and stuff. They're creeps, they're assholes, and I found out the other day that they're drug addicts. I mean, it's real bad over here. I was able to confirm that because he's yelling at her, oh, I gotta go get you drugs with my vehicle. Like that's the kind of shit that's going on. And it's all out in the open now. That's what it looks like to me. There's also defamation in the situation. He keeps calling me somebody who wants to hurt children. But it's like, should I beat him down like with a bat? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that, as a reaction. I'm not going to, but to say something about somebody like that, it's kind of heavy. Don't let her move you emotionally. Just stay calm as you are now. That's what I'm trying to do. But I'm also trying to document this. What's insane is the last time that she called the police officer, like, I can have him fired. I can have that police officer fired because he came here and he didn't even want to see the evidence that I showed of her being violent and throwing my stuff around. He didn't want to hear my side of the story. He just said, "Oh, but she wants that. She wants peace." When she's coming into the room and causing issues, I got it on camera. She's knocking stuff around. She opens the curtain up. She's walking through. She also took pictures and video. She took pictures and then took a video as well of my face. She like got in my face and everything. It was the weirdest situation, and I had that on video as well. So she was recording and I was recording. Like, you're supposed to let somebody know that you're coming into the room before you come into the room. I don't care if there's a barrier there. You're still causing a noise disturbance. Okay. Unless it's an emergency and you have to get to the fuse box. And that's, yeah, there's a fuse box over there. No, they were not using it as an emergency. They didn't need the fuse box. They were just coming in as they please this entire time that I've been here for years. So I can't even get the right amount of sleep. I can't decide when I go to sleep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't have been dealing with that. You know, if I had known I had protections. First day. Now. Oh yeah. Now you hear how he locked that deadbolt? That's also not supposed to happen. There's only one exit from this room. So they're also doing that. And that's illegal. There's a lot of stuff that they've done to me so far that's been highly illegal. Okay. I'm a person that usually tiptoes around. I'm not trying to disturb anyone. Okay. So now that John is on, I'm ready to explain to him what's been going on, but you gotta go, so have a good night. Basically, what I'm dealing with is just randomly, I got somebody walking into the room, right? And that was already not only just illegal to begin with, but I also sent her a text already asking that she wouldn't do that. And she responded with, no, I'm going to do what I want. You know, I need to be able to do my laundry. She acts like, you know, I'm in her way to do laundry or something. Okay. But there's literally a barrier right there. So a lot of the times I'll wake up to somebody doing laundry. Like I'll wake up to somebody in the room already. And in this case, I was going to go lay down, but I got somebody trying to start the washing machine. So now you can imagine that I'm awake now, and that ruined my, you know, my expectations of privacy and sleep. So here's the thing: this whole thing's been very illegal because I'm not paying rent and I'm unable to pay the rent, and that I have a disability. I can find a home pretty quickly. I didn't know that, but I would like to get myself situated, at least have 2 bikes running before I go and do all that. So that's the plan. I'll get both my bikes running here. But basically, what I think is going to happen after the fact is she's going to try to sue me or something to try to get rent money out of me. She's going to be like, oh, there's back pay. You owe rent or something. But this whole time she's been harassing me. She's been making it a non-living space. And that's also what I'm trying to document. Because I haven't been able to even function, let alone have the patience to sit on the phone with disability while they're telling me, no, you need to get a doctor, but I can't get the doctor because I don't have any money to, do any of that. So that's why I'm desperate, and I'm like trying to work in the crypto space because I'm trying to get somewhere in it, and that's why I need some of you guys to join me in that space. Go on my Discord and talk to me. But I gotta go. Apparently they're not doing laundry tonight, and they were just making noise. This is what I gotta deal with randomly from day to day. Thank you for joining. This was just a documentation of what just happened. Now I gotta talk to my buddy.